All right, welcome back to the latest Mountain West Connection show here. MWCConnection.com, Facebook, Mountain West Connection, all that fun stuff. MWC Connection on Twitter. This is not a football show. Jeremy here. I'm also hanging out with Matthew Bain for basketball.
Yes.
Hoops.
Hoops.
Our second show. Technically third because Tyler Bischoff did a UNLV show the other day, but
He did.
we got some basketball. So I think our plan's about once a week. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's the tentative plan. I mean, I think Sundays are probably a pretty good day for the both of us.
Yeah, we'll probably do Sunday. And for those who love basketball, we apologize. We haven't been doing more, but got a lot of recaps, a lot of previews, a lot of, if you like Air Force basketball, Rams, Aztecs, a lot of talk about pretty much every team. Even though the people on Facebook say, there's just UNLV, just San Diego State, just New Mexico. Look again, pals. We got plenty of Rams and Air Force and some Nevada. We're lacking in a few teams, but it's more than 3 teams. That's all I say. People always complain about to me on Facebook.
Right.
So I like to say, hey, I'll bring it back and say we cover everybody. So
or it's like, okay, find us some writers then, please.
did that too. If you want to participate, hey, I'll be glad to have you on.
Yeah.
That's my other thing. If you don't like it, we're not talking about San Jose State basketball. Sorry, they're on probation essentially.
Oy vey.
Come on, they got football players playing basketball.
Yeah, that was incredible.
We go by popularity a little bit for some stuff, but so far we got the first half of the season pretty much in the books. We're at the new year. Conference play began New Year's Eve, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think that was the first year in the Mountain West history that it's began before January.
I believe so as well, because aren't they doing? I should probably know this. Aren't they doing 18 conference games? Is that right?
Yes, sir. 18 games.
Unbalanced, which a few coaches hate. Which the only thing I'll say with that real quick before we go: don't play 2 teams in a week and a half. Like when they get to midway point, that's a joke. Everything else, if they're playing if you're playing New Mexico and San Diego State once, or playing Air Force and CSU twice, don't put them in February 10th and February 17th.
Right? Yeah,
like they did last year. Didn't San Diego State do that to New Mexico or UNLV last year?
Yeah, it was New Mexico. Within a week and a half, they played each other in New Mexico and then back at Viejas. And those were the 2 games that decided everything, just the last week of the season.
Yeah, it's like, come on, spread them out a little bit.
Yeah.
But besides that, what's your first thoughts on the basically halfway through the season? We've had San Diego State beat Arizona, lose to Arizona, sorry, in the Maui final. UNLV beat Arizona. Wyoming hasn't lost the conference play. Rams were undefeated until this weekend. Boise's losing some key players. What's kind of your overall thoughts so far?
Well, let's start with who had the best non-conference schedule performance, and I think it's a pretty obvious answer. It's Colorado State. Yes, Colorado State didn't really play anybody. The best team that they played was Georgia State, and last week Georgia State had an RPI ranking of 69.
Wait, they beat Colorado.
Yeah, they played at Colorado. Colorado had an RPI of, I believe, about 75, but still playing a rival at the rival, that's always difficult to do. And, I mean, going undefeated is incredibly difficult to do. Don't tell me that even if you schedule 14 easy/hard/not great games, that you're always for sure you're going to go 14-0. People lose games. College basketball is crazy. Some teams have great nights. Some teams don't have great nights. So being undefeated, no matter what the schedule was, is very impressive. So Colorado State looks great going into conference play. With all that said, knowing that their non-conference schedule wasn't that tough, I wasn't that surprised when New Mexico beat them at home because, as we all know, it's extremely difficult to win at the Pit.
Wait, what's the sponsor name? I forget. It's not the Pit anymore. It's
Wise Pines. I can't say that, Jeremy. It's the Pit to me. I
know. I know. The Wise Pines Pit, whatever it's called. It's like Mile High. Nobody's going to call it whatever.
Yeah,
Invesco
exactly.
or Cowboy Stadium, essentially.
Exactly.
It's one of those things. They beat UTEP's decent.
Yeah. I mean,
can be decent. The Big West. UCSB's okay, but nobody really good. And then played losing to New Mexico at home, even without Colonel, who's out for the year with the ankle or Achilles injury.
Yeah.
It's still tough. But losing by 12 was kind of surprising.
Yes, that is true, especially because it's a senior-heavy team. You would think in crunch time they'd be a little bit more disciplined, especially on the defensive end. But hey, it's early in the conference season. I mean, we saw San Diego State play its worst game in 10 years over the weekend. So I mean, we will see. We were talking before the show here. I mean, who the heck knows what's going to happen this year? It's ridiculous.
I think what we do know, it's just like it's been every year. If you're at home, you're probably 85% chance going to win.
Exactly.
At least. I remember when GCU was in the league, and even right the year before Boise got pretty good, both those teams beat good teams at home or gave a heck of a scare to any team that came to town.
Right.
And it's ridiculous. The home court, I would have to look at other leagues, but it has to be one of the most home court heavy conferences around to have such a disparity for home and road wins or losses.
Right, and the people all in the Mountain West know this all too well, but the only problem is the AP voters and the people outside the conference
Who cares?
don't know that as much. Yeah, but that's just what they're going to look at come tourney time, when we're going to try and get more than one bid, which is what it's scarily looking like right now.
No, there's going to be at least 3. I guarantee it.
You think 3? Okay, so
I don't think there's only been like a couple times there's been 2 teams ever.
Okay, so the tournament winner, let's say, just right now, I know this is way early, but who would you think the tournament winner would be?
I'll also go with San Diego State. I think they have enough. Assuming, do we have an update on Poole? Is he going to be playing anytime soon? I heard somewhere he might be coming back soon. But
I've heard from some very, very unconfirmed sources that people think he may be back, but I haven't heard anything official. I know they're doing tests. They were just doing some more tests last week. That's why he wasn't able to be at the Air Force game. Hopefully he'll be back.
Because he's a big reason. If he's there, I think they should win for sure.
Right. Okay, and then who would be your 2 at-large bids?
I still say New Mexico.
New Mexico? Okay.
And I muted myself. Hold on, sorry about that. I was
like, where'd he go?
I was not even on that page. I was looking at the teams. If I were to get a third team, I could. Well, Boise State. I'd go Colorado State because Boise State having some injuries is going to be an issue. So I'll say those are my 3 teams, but I could easily still see Wyoming.
Right.
So I could see as many as potentially there's probably about 5 teams that could be in. Wyoming with Larry Nance Jr. to Mexico, Colorado State, San Diego State, UNLV, and maybe Boise State. Depends. I could see 6 potential teams, but there'll be 3 teams that get in. Just because the league historically has always had multiple teams in.
Right. I'm just worried that we're going to beat each other up. That's the problem.
Yeah, that 10-8 conference champion, whatever it may be.
Exactly.
It'll be interesting to see, but let's go. Since you mentioned San Diego State, and we're kind of talking about them, what the heck happened versus Fresno State? They got crushed in the first half and just couldn't come back.
Yeah, it was. I was watching the game with my dad, and we were actually laughing after the first 2 plays because literally the first 3 plays. First play went off Trey Kell's knee for a turnover, and then 2 plays after that, turnover. Fresno State turned into 5 points, I believe. They eventually went up 9-0, and then Steve Fisher called a timeout. I think that nobody should be surprised anymore that SDSU's offense looked absolutely abysmal.
Well, it is abysmal. Look at when they played Utah. It's terrible. It
was.
And even Arizona, well, they played well versus Arizona scoring, but plenty of games. Their defense, but offense, come on, they got to have somebody score something.
No, exactly. And what you saw against Fresno State is that when SDSU plays a team that makes contested shots, there's a very good chance that the Aztecs are going to lose because they do a great job of contesting shots. Their defense is great. Nobody's denying that. But when Marvell Harris is on, scores 23 points, makes 9 of 16 shots, when perhaps Larry Nance Jr. or heck, even somebody on Utah State gets on fire and makes those contested shots, SDSU's offense, without Xavier Thames, doesn't have somebody right now who can make it so that offense can come back to anybody.
Well, what's even worse, Fresno still doesn't have Cesar Guerrero playing. He's the best player.
Right. They were playing a weak Fresno State team. You're exactly right.
It's like, come on. It's on the road, which we discussed before, but they're 6-9. I don't.
Exactly. Apparently, Steve Fisher has only gone off, screamed at his team twice. Once a couple years ago when SDSU was 26-1, they were at Air Force and they were being trounced in the first half. Apparently, he screamed at them at halftime. And then, according to Mark Ziegler of the Union Tribune in San Diego,
our favorite San Diego State writer.
Yes, and the second time was yesterday. So
And looking at the box score, because I only glanced a little bit about this,
Mhm.
it's not like Fresno played great.
No,
They were 3 of 13 for 3-point range. They had 3 offensive rebounds.
no. I mean, SDSU out rebounded them. I believe it was what
A lot.
41-24. It was by
Yeah.
yeah. It was just that the offense could not score.
And you get Fresno credit for 11 steals and 6
Oh yeah,
blocks, but man,
yeah.
it's like they shot 39%. Free throws are an issue. We know Aztecs struggle there, but
hmm
get to the line, man. If you can't make it, go attack the basket. The refs will call anything and get 30 free throws a game. At least
Right.
do that route. Come on. They shot better. They shot better, just free throws, and they even made 5 more 3-pointers and still lost.
I know. It was a perplexing game to watch. There was that stretch when SDSU went on the 17-0 scoring run to tie the game at 40 in the second half, and you thought, okay, SDSU, is stepping on the gas. They're going to get into their, Mountain West Conference form. And then as soon as they tied the game, they just slammed on the brakes, and everything just halted until the last minute when they made some desperation threes. It was a peculiar game, to say the least.
Of course. And then what do you expect? Because they played in Mexico at home. Was it Tuesday? What the heck?
Tuesday at 8, yep.
How's that going to go down? That's early. That could be.
Yeah.
It's a home game, so that's a plus.
Yeah, this game just got a whole new level of intrigue because I think what a lot of people have been seeing with New Mexico kind of going into the conference season was that maybe New Mexico was that disappointing perennial big dog in the Mountain West, that New Mexico was maybe the one that was going to underperform with SDSU's defense and with UNLV coming on with its talent finally coming together. But that doesn't seem like the case anymore, so I think that whoever loses in SDSU versus New Mexico will be going into the rest of the season pinned as the disappointing team.
Could be. Well, New Mexico does have Cole Nell. He's out for the year, but they beat the Rams. Well, the Rams are a good team, even though who they played and were 14-0.
Oh, exactly. It was good. Yeah, it was a good win by New Mexico, which is why, going into the season, I thought that this might be an easy win for SDSU, but no, sir, not anymore.
No, it's not. Because even RPI stuff, it's only 122. It's nothing great. This game won't decide anything at the moment, but still, it's a early game, and like I said, we've seen. Oh, crap! I gotta go. Hold on.
Okay.